Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Viv, all the way from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And this is episode 16. Today, we're going to talk about celebrations. There's going to be more of that because we've got a number of celebrations coming up. And throughout the world today, most Hindu devotees, especially the Keralites, they're celebrating Thaipusam. I'm back to this handheld extension here because I'm just going to do a quick one, hopefully, and not bore you guys too much. Let's do some fact checking. According to Wikipedia, Thaipusam is the Tamil month of Thai, January or February, which is when most of the celebration, which is when Thaipusam happens, usually coinciding with Pushya star known as Pusam in Tamil, Thaipusam. The festival is observed among Keralites and is vernacularly called Thaipuyam in Malayalam. Malayalam is another, I wouldn't say caste. Is it caste? I'm part Indian, but I'm quite useless as I don't really know most things. Thaipusam is predominantly celebrated in Asian countries like India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Mauritius, but obviously the local diaspora has gone out into the world and traveled and moved there and migrated and started lives there, and every country where there's enough of a population, they try and celebrate Thaipusam in their own way. So a friend of mine from the UK, prior to moving to Malaysia to work, she's seen Thaipusam before, and when she went back one year, she took photos and sent me photos of Thaipusam in the UK, in London town, and that was a trip. Like, that was really something else, because you see all these men and women in full Thaipusam garb, with the costumes and doing the procession, wearing the having the piercings all in their body, carrying the kavadi, rolling on the streets, where there's not a big community, because every time I've seen Thaipusam, it's a whole giant celebration in Kuala Lumpur or in Penang or even in Ipoh. I've seen Thaipusam in these three states, and they are a joyous celebration with a lot of life. But to see it out of place in London, where you've got the scenic view of, well, in my mind, Thaipusam is placed in Malaysia, but seeing the photo and videos of people carrying the kavadi in front of a old British church is quite strange. But I guess that is an eye-opener, that it's celebrated everywhere. There's a large enough population of Hindu devotees. So anyway, today is Thaipusam, but the world's also going through a giant pandemic. If you haven't heard, we're a year in now, and Malaysia is facing its lockdown number 2, MCO 2.0, movement control order, and it's a bit tough to have Thaipusam celebrated while social distancing. I say that because it is not only you do a vow individually. This is what, as much as I know, you do a vow individually and you are the one carrying the kavadi, but the whole community that helps you out, your whole community system, your whole team that helps you out to fast for the X number of days prior to carrying the kavadi, to get your mindset ready, to get your body ready, to help you with the prayers, to actually walk with you during the procession and keep really close to you, because you're bound to stop. I'm always reminded that when, well, this is because I'm Catholic, when Jesus was carrying the cross, he stopped a couple of times and fell down, and other people helped him with the cross. But with the kavadi, that's not possible. But you are allowed to sit and rest on a chair, but this is your team helping you out, and they're right close in your face, praying with you, saying prayers for you, giving you the spirit to continue on to your journey, to carrying that kavadi up to the stairs if they are in Batu Caves, or in Penang, up to the stairs to the temple, and to finish your journey. So it is really very difficult to have Thaipusam and social distance. It's almost impossible. And the crowd that throngs to the temples are huge, immense. It's once a year. Everybody prepares for it. Besides it being a spiritual journey, it is also a joyous journey where Hindu devotees come together and celebrate this and show their faith, right? So unfortunately for the Hindu community and for many communities around the world, this past year they can't celebrate Thaipusam the way it used to be. I actually don't know how they're celebrating it. I don't know in what version they're celebrating it. In Penang, you'd have people throwing, giving up offerings of coconuts while the chariot and the kavadi procession walks by. I can't recall why they do the coconut throwing, but at the same time it cools down the walkway, the roads, so it's less of a, less hot for people to walk on. I don't know if I can insert any pictures, but I'll try. I'll try to insert some pictures at the end of it. And yeah, so it's Thaipusam. It's sad that it can't be celebrated as per the norm this year. Last year they managed. Thaipusam and Chinese New Year managed to happen just before the MCO started in Malaysia. This year, I think they're both affected. A friend of mine reminded me of something interesting, that because I was designing greetings to be put online, and I was using the pictures of Lord Muruga and pictures of Batu Caves where the Thaipusam temple is, the procession goes to. But she's like, let's not do that because it might make people even more sad that they're missing it. And this, yeah, you can find pictures of Batu Caves empty, but it's still such a reminder and a heartbreaker for all those who do celebrate Thaipusam. So she reminded me that we could use peacocks because Lord Muruga, his mode of transportation is a peacock. And that's quite interesting. I used to read this Hindu comics by all the way from India. They're really well done, and I wish I could get my hands on them again. Maybe I will someday and get a collection, because they're very informative besides being comics, which who doesn't love comics? They were by this company called Amachitra something crap, forget again. But yeah, so she taught me about Lord Muruga's transportation as a peacock. So I started designing stuff using peacock feathers, and so there's always a solution for everything, isn't it? In one way or another. Not the same, but still. Anyway, wishing everybody a happy Thaipusam. Be safe. I hope this has been informative in some ways. mask up, keep a distance physically, but stay connected. This is Viv, all the way from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, signing off for a Vivid World. Bye.